knows.
Mhm.
Are we required to be taking notes? Who's the note taker?
Zoom is.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay.
She's recording it, so that's better than somebody's notes.
Oh, okay.
Then someone can pull from that to.
Right. Tyra can, the secretary can just listen to the meeting and do the notes, right?
Correct.
Right.
I don't think she's on the meeting, right?
No.
She's not on the meeting.
Today is her birthday. She makes the big 6-0.
Oh,
okay.
Today is her birthday.
She says she might pop in because all their plans had to be canceled because of the shelter in place.
Right.
So she may, but I'm not expecting her.
I lost the program.
Wait.
I have proposed rules of the meeting.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I
it does
had
say
moved
that.
it to that because that's what Janet was speaking to.
Okay, all right.
I'm
Okay.
speaking to the program, actually.
I'm sorry, I moved it. Let me move it back. I think you're right. That's what you're speaking to.
There you go.
Okay, shall I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. So as I was saying, it's a very exciting year we have a major emphasis on getting our program done. And later when we get to the nominations of officers for the new year, you'll see that that's incorporated into that so that we'll have people more in place to do the programs and set them up and everything. But one of the things that we want to do for programs is to continue to distribute voter materials. We don't know the extent that will be because of the shelter-in-place rules. A lot of businesses are closed, and so that we're not able to distribute materials, particularly at this time, at least not everywhere. And then we want to do a big program on what I'm calling member and community educational programs. So that ranges from meetings that we would have where we would have a speaker speak to our members. And we have a plan for at least, Cheryl, I believe 1 a quarter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And we also want to do them out in the community. For example, we're really interested in setting up a program with Contra Costa College for students and also for the community to hear from various elected officials, in particular, younger elected officials of color. And the purpose of that emphasis is to show students that they too can be a leader in the community. That's what we're hoping to accomplish by that program, as well as the direct educational outcome of what the speaker has to say. So we're really excited about that opportunity and have had some preliminary discussions with people at Contra Costa College already. Then the other thing that we're interested in doing, let's see here. Okay, I think C and D are somewhat related. Then is education of members of the community and governmental officials about important topics related to the positions that the League of Women Voters has. And this is an ongoing program that we've done for many years where we work with other branches of the League. And then we go and meet with elected officials, such as our assembly member or senator. And we talk about the issues that the League is interested in discussing with them. And then we present our opinion on that. So that's the program that we're proposing for the year. And one of the things that's proposed under nominations, which I won't go into too much detail, but just a little bit, is that rather than just having a program vice president, we're going to still have the program vice president, but we're going to have 2 assistant vice presidents. And so we're taking members of our board at large who have agreed to do that. And they will work with the person who is the vice president of program on developing the many programs. So we'll have, instead of having one person working on it, we'll have 3. So that will help us, I think, in achieving our goal of doing more program this year. So that's the program, and I can answer any questions that people might have.
I have a question, Janet.
Okay, who are you? I can't tell. Oh,
Ann.
Okay.
Yeah. Those of us who are new, are we going to get some training on the different programs and the positions that the League of Women Voters take so we can help?
When we do that part of our program, there will be an extensive training for actually all of us that are interested in it.
Oh, good. Good.
So it's a very extensive, detailed training on where we discuss we discuss an issue, for example, and then decide what we think about it, that particular issue, and then we go to the next issue. The list of issues comes from the higher up level of the League of Women Voters, and then we go with members from other branches of the League of Women Voters and meet with our state elected officials typically.
Okay.
Janet, can I?
Mhm.
I don't know if this is a question or a suggestion, but
Okay.
I noticed. I think it was in Minnesota where all the leagues all of the branches got together about the right to vote by mail. And I'm thinking about our league. I don't see where we ever do anything where we go to elected officials, or since I've been on the board. I've been there and saw members from other branches there. Once
We have gone. We haven't gone recently.
We haven't gone since I've been on the board. So I'm just saying is that if we could include that as part of our education, pay attention to what's happening in our area. Just a
I'm
suggestion.
sorry, which is the part you want to?
No, that's the last one you have on there.
Oh, yeah, I know that it's that issue, but what was it you wanted to include?
No, I was asking if we could start doing that, because since I've been on the board, I can't think of any time that our league has gone, let's say, to the county.
Yeah, it's the particular program I was talking about, but we could expand it any way we like, any way, you like. The particular program I'm talking about is a program that's spearheaded by the, I don't know if it's the state league or the national league. And we get an announcement about it. It typically happens once a year, I think. We get an announcement about it, and then people who are interested in participating in that will get together for a meeting. As I remember, I haven't done it in a couple of years, so I'm telling you what I remember. So the people who are interested in participating in that meet separately and go over the issues that are going to be discussed, which is the issues are presented to us by the league at a higher level of the League of Women Voters, probably the state, I would imagine. And then what we do is do that. Now, if what you said is that you would like to make sure that we include vote by mail, right? That's what you said, Myrtle?
No, I used that as an example.
Okay, well, using that as an example, it could be anything that you think is important, but if using that as an example, what we could do is we could say, well, we want to do what the league, the league program of issues, but we want to add this one on vote by mail. It could already be that it's on the list, but I haven't seen the list for this upcoming year, but it's certainly an important issue to the league at large, I think. So we could add it on.
Yeah,
and the way it would get added on is by somebody bringing up like you just did.
That's a done deal in California. That's already done.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Janet,
I mean-
Genevieve had her hand up.
Can I
Okay.
finish explaining what I was talking about? I'm talking about things that affect us locally. You know, there are things that affect us locally that the league should be taking a position on it, as long as it doesn't get to be partisan. We can't do that. But there are some things, and I was just thinking, we don't do that. You know, like when you have to go, I went to like I said, to the County Board of Supervisors about something one time, and the League of Women Voters from another branch was there. And they had, that's where I got my big button. The lady gave me the button that says League of Women Voters, because I was shocked to see this button. She said, "Oh, you have mine." I'm just saying is that I don't remember our league doing things like that.
we have.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
done
well,
that.
we have, but we should still be doing it. That's all I think about.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay,
what we're saying is
Sure.
this year, we're going to do more stuff like that. That's what the program this year is about. And item E on this list is education of members and governmental officials. That means legislators and others about important topics related to the positions of the League of Women Voters. So we have a very strong position on voting. And that's where that would come, that's where that would be included.
Cheryl?
yes, good morning. Tom?
I just had a comment on that point. It is the state league that it's usually early in the year, I believe, recommends doing what they call legislative interviews, which is
Yeah, that's what it is.
state assembly and state senators and they usually come up with a list of questions that, you know, they're trying to get a sense of where the legislature is on certain issues. So they'll usually come up with a basic list of questions that they would like to be addressed that way. But it's also quite common that because districts for these elected officials overlap various leagues in a certain area, that it's good to do it rather than bugging, have the league bug them 3 times from your league and some other leagues. That quite often it's normal to coordinate between adjacent leagues so you can go and do it at the same time. And
That's what we've done.
yeah, that's a good. But then you can also do it. I mean, they focus on state representatives, but it's also good to have interviews to talk with your congressperson and your city council people and all of that.
Mhm. So what we're saying on this list for the program is that we do want to do things like that.
Yeah.
So does that cover what you were wanting to talk about, Myrtle?
Yes, but I think in addition to what he just mentioned, I think that's a great idea also. But I'm thinking about having, some of our, in other words, instead of having to go to Martinez or wherever, let's do it where people who don't vote will find an interest in why they should vote local. People don't want to vote unless it's a presidential election. They forget about the fact that local elections actually affect them more. So
Yes.
I was thinking if we could get something to get them interested in the fact that they should vote locally. So without being partisan, you can't be partisan. Anyway, I'll explain that
Right.
further.
No, I understand what you're saying. I think I understand what you're saying. And,
That would be a good suggestion to put when we get a quorum so you can move and vote on it. And
yeah, and we need one more person for that.
yes.
And time is going on. I'm wondering if we need to call up somebody to be part of the quorum.
Who would you suggest? Who's missing from the board other
Who's not
than?
here?
Secretary, is she there?
No.
That's Tyra. She's it's her birthday.
What about Dorothy?
Where's Dorothy?
Yeah, I don't know where. Maybe.
Or Sherry.
I understand Dorothy's having a birthday or something, so we won't
They're
be
both
seeing-
having birthdays?
No, I thought Dorothy, the secretary, was the one that proposed
Tyra.
it.
The only one who told me when I called people was Tyra.
It's Tyra's birthday today,
All right.
and she technically is our secretary.
But-
Dorothy was board after the election.
Right. but maybe don't, but Dorothy's not here.
I
But
texted
Dorothy's a member of,
Consuelo Lara, and she's in a training, so that's why she cannot join us.
who's that?
Everybody knows somebody to just text them and say, come on, join.
Yeah,
Privately do that.
All they have to do is pick up the phone, right?
right.
Or text.
I'm gonna call Dorothy.
Okay,
I
call
don't know about
Dorothy.
text. I don't know if text works, does it?
And we should probably use our hands. You know how to put your hand up so that we can just call on whoever's got their hand up? You know how to do that? You do?
I highly recommend that, because this way we'll be more efficient and we won't waste so much time talking
Right.
over each other.
We're doing that because we don't have a quorum.
We can still do it, though. I think we should do it.
I have a question. My
Yes.
screen doesn't, the screen I have doesn't permit me to see all of you at once, because there is a very large League of Women Voters poster that's taking up most of my screen. Is that something that you can move aside for this time?
Well, you can change how you show your screen. What you
I
want to.
tried. I've
Oh,
been
you-
trying. It's
Okay,
not.
let me stop this. I can stop the screen share.
I don't think that'll, well,
There, now I can see everyone.
Okay,
Does that
Which
work
one,
for the?
which button was that? Share content?
I got
Yeah.
my screen thing back where I can see everybody. So
right.
Right.
I can see everybody.
Yeah, I don't
Great.
see everybody.
People,
as
so
long as something is being shared, like the agenda or something, then we won't be able to see everybody, because that comes on the screen. And
That's fine.
That's what we had before, and I wanted my comments. I raised my hand, but I'll wait to be called to speak on what was on the screen. I raised my blue little hand on the thing.
Yeah, see the blue little hand.
Can I speak now, or shall I wait?
I thought we were just talking about the program, so I think you could just go ahead and start talking.
Yeah, I wanted to speak about the program, and you know, it's just, for me, it's just more easier. We raise our hands because someone else will talk, and two people were talking at the same time about the program, and that's not efficient in my opinion. But anyway, I wanted about the program, Janet. One question, because I read the document before we started the meeting, and one question I had is, do we have access to voter data so that we can, you know,
To what?
to voter data, to the registered voter data from the elections, from the, you know, Martinez City County Clerk. So then, because now with having to do online, we won't be able to go see people. But that's the question, do we have access to it? Yes or no, or whatever?
I don't know the answer.
Okay, Tom, do you know? I can't hear you, Tom. You.
I know that political campaigns have access.
No, well, anybody can have access. You just, you know, we're an organization. We can.
No,
just
but I
have
mean,
to
like,
find it.
you can get access to the whole database.
Yeah,
in a
we can't
very-
do it. We decide to do it. We just
I
have to
don't know.
say.
I don't know if that's true or not. So maybe you know more than I do.
No, well, we do. We just have to say who we represent. If the organization's going to buy it, there's a paper we fill out in Martinez or by online, and it asks who the organization is and what our purpose is. So, and we pay whatever. So anyway, my second question or comment was when Myrtle brought up a vote by mail. Yes, we all know that the state is going to do that. Our state, we're ahead of a lot of other states. But my thing was to add as a bullet point in the 2021 program where you have it done, to make that one of the important things we got to do now is to educate our voters that that's what's going to be happening, and how can we assist with that in education, of course. Because that's new. That's
Can
new for-
Can you tell me what your wording would be?
vote by mail education to voters.
Vote by mail
Education.
education. Just put it like that. Okay.
Voters. I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying.
I
another
added
discussion.
as item F.
Yeah, we can discuss how or whatever later.
Okay, I'm just telling you what I did, and then for when we go to vote on it, when we get another person.
Yeah. Just my suggestion, yeah.
The other
Thank you,
thing
Myrtle,
perhaps we
for
could do
reminding-
was have our speaker join our group,
Yes.
our organization, and then we would have our voter, the number of people we need.
That's a good suggestion.
Good, yeah. Tom, welcome.
Could he be an honorary member if he's
Consuelo
willing?
is here. Consuelo is here.
Oh, Consuelo is here now?
Great.
I
Yeah.
don't have her signed in.
She's here. She just came in.
Oh,
Okay.
now I do. Now I do.
Now we can go.
Okay, so we have a quorum.
I got your item, Genevieve, though.
Thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, Cheryl.
all right. So the agenda states that we should introduce ourselves, although quite a few prior to this. But as a formality, I'll start off. I'm Cheryl Collier, and the acting president. And so can everyone introduce themselves? Oh, I
I'm
didn't-
looking at the participant list, which names everybody. Do you want me to call out names and then
Okay.
they can do it? Okay. So the next person on the list is Madeline.
I'm Madeline Cronenberg. I've been on the board for a number of years. I'm going to be doing programs this year.
Okay, Linda Whitmore. Linda Whitmore?
Unmute.
Sorry about that. Linda Whitmore. I've been on the board for several years, and I'm not really assigned to anything yet. I know but I'm interested in like events and you know, fundraising and helping with any kind of political forums.
Thank you. The next person is Ann Munoz. Didn't say that right. Ann?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Ann Munoz, and I just recently joined the board. This is my third meeting, I think. And my interest is community events, especially social justice and healthcare.
The next one is, well, Cheryl is the next one, but she already introduced herself. She's our president, of course. Linda Lawrence.
Hello, I'm Linda Lawrence. I'm Linda
Hi.
Lawrence.
Oh, you're Linda Lawrence. Okay.
Yes. I live in Richmond Annex. I'm interested in voter registration and community education.
Great. Gabriel Pinto.
Hi, good morning. I'm Gabe Quinto, and I'm a longtime member and a former board member. It's nice to be
Okay.
here and see a lot of familiar faces.
Mhm. Linda Lawrence.
Yes?
Linda Lawrence.
Yes.
There you are. There you are.
You already called on her, Janet.
I don't think so.
We're on to the
Yeah,
next
I
group.
Called already.
I spoke.
Oh, there's two. You're on here twice.
There's two Lindas.
Oh, Whitmore. Oh, I called on Linda Whitmore before.
Yes,
And
and then
Lawrence, too.
I also spoke.
Okay, so we've already done both
Yes.
of them. Okay, and they're next to each other on the list, I see. And we already did Anne, and then Gabriel.
Yes,
Pinto? You already did.
yes.
Oh, I see. The list keeps moving. Now I have to figure out where I am. It's not sure why my list is moving. Naomi? Williams?
Yes,
Would you like to
I'm-
introduce yourself? Mhm. Hi.
my name is Naomi Williams, and I'm a member of the Commission on Aging and Vice President for the RNCC and the President of the Pullman Neighborhood Council, and I'm fairly new. I'm glad to be on board, and I'm interested in almost everything, but although I don't have the knowledge.
Okay, Thomas Carson, do we want to leave him for an official introduction later?
Yes.
He's our
Yes.
speaker. Consuelo, is she here? Laura?
Yes, I'm here. Hello,
Hi.
I'm Consuelo Lara, and I'm on the Contra Costa Unified School District School Board, and I am the treasurer of this club. And I also will have to leave at 12 o'clock, so I apologize in advance. Thank you.
Okay. The next one is Myrtle Braxton.
Hi, I'm Myrtle Braxton, and I've been on the board, seems like forever. But anyway, I'm interested in the voting, as you see, and also a lot of other topics that I think our league should be involved in. So I'll get to that later. But anyway, it's a very interesting board and a lot of work that needs to be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Myrtle. And Rita Xavier.
Hi, Rita Xavier, San Pablo council member. I was president of the league, this branch, for 3 years, and I will not be on the board after our election of new board members because I don't have time to get to the meetings. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and I think there's just one person left, and that's me. And I'm Janet Abelson, and I've been on the board quite a while. And I am also on the El Cerrito City Council, and I'm on a number of transportation boards and disability boards. And so I think that's everybody. Did I miss anybody?
You missed me, Janet.
Oh, I
missed Genoveva.
Genoveva, hi. The
Hi.
list keeps moving as I say
No, I
somebody's
understand.
name. It moves, so it's I
understand.
lose the order. Sorry there, Genoveva.
That's okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Genoveva Calloway from San Pablo, former mayor and council member from the city of San Pablo. I was there on council for 16 years, and now I'm all over the place still. My interest now because I'm on this board or on this league, I would like to discuss or brainstorm or just learn how social justice affects all of our priority areas. And for us not to just do, oh, well, we've never done that before. Well, we got to do things differently in order to reach, hopefully, more people. I don't have an answer, but I think that's our challenge, that we have to really put a social justice lens on everything we do in the league.
Is that something to add to the program?
Voting by
list?
mail is the first one. Pardon?
Should we add something about what you just said to the program list?
Not really. I mean, just keep it, everybody please keep a note on it so we can remember. I had it on my note for later to raise it. To figure it out. Thank you.
Okay, well, putting it there would help us remember.
Okay, that's.
Okay, so what would it, so that'll be item G, and it would say,
Can someone else help me with this? Maybe Linda.
Wording?
No. I think we should stick to our program. Something we should talk about at our board meeting, get more handle on. It's a big topic.
Yeah.
We have a lot on our agenda to do today.
Oh, no, all I want is the title of it so that we remember to do that.
Okay.
So,
I agree.
okay, so I just, maybe, here, let me try some words, and this is just like a one sentence thing. So, emphasize
Justice.
social justice.
Yes.
Yes.
Social justice.
Social justice. Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 words. Is that good?
Yep.
That'll remind us. Okay. Okay, so it's on the program list that we're going to be approving. Okay, that was everybody.
Good, Janet. We need to keep in mind that we're only going to have a quorum to vote until noon when Consuelo leaves.
So can I make a motion?
To what we have to do.
Okay, can I make a motion on the program that I just discussed, that we adopt that as our program for the year? That's a motion I'm making.
I second the motion.
All right, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me get there because we're going to do it. See how you can now watch this. Vote. Do you see the vote?
Yes.
No. Where is it?
It's on your screen.
On your screen.
I don't see that.
I'm
looking at the participants. I'm probably looking at a different screen than everyone else.
Yeah, don't look at that.
What should I be looking at?
A little pop-up.
The polling just popped up. I've got 7 votes. 7 people have voted out of the 12.
Madeline Street. Is that what I should be looking at?
Did you get
I,
out?
I can't see. Oh, there.
They
maybe
can't
that's-
see it. Do your chat or just say, or do a verbal vote.
There's
Move
my
on.
verbal vote. Yes.
Okay.
We got to move on.
Yeah, just get the objections and then we can
Oh,
move
now
on.
it came up. Okay.
Okay.
Those on the phone, can you vote?
Yeah. Who's on the phone? Do we have somebody on the phone? No,
Yes,
I'm
I'm on the
calling
phone.
in. Yeah, you can
Yes,
vote
I
on the
voted.
phone.
I voted.
Great. Thank you.
All right. So we've, everyone, no one's voted against it. So I'm going to end the polling and it's been adopted.
Okay, very good. Okay, so back to the agenda. Something else flashed up. Yes, okay. So we moving on. I'm going to try to stay with the agenda, so we just jumped ahead. So we have Carlton, and I don't know. We let him speak for a short period of time.
We have to vote on anything before 12. We have 10 minutes.
We have a few items. I could run through them really quickly. I'm supposed to present them. Shall I do that?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We just had a new member join. So we're okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, we did. Barbara Marenthal.
Okay, great. So then go back in order.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. So I'd like ask Tom to speak. Rick gave some, I'm not sure if he, since most of us, excluding maybe one person, was privy to his presentation earlier this year. But Tom, are you ready to come and speak to us about the 501c3?
C3.
Yeah, I'm here and I'm ready.
Okay, so we still want to be mindful of time. Just a brief presentation, no more than about 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, well,
Can everybody mute except Tom, please, so I can hear him?
most leagues historically have been tax exempt under Section 501c4, but a growing number over I'm sorry, I was muted there for a minute. Historically, a lot of leagues have been 501c4, but a growing number, over 180 leagues across the country now have converted to C3 for a number of potential benefits. One, it should be helpful on the fundraising side to have deductible contributions to the league, and member dues would also be deductible for those who can itemize. And this year, as part of the reaction to our pandemic, there's even if you don't itemize, this year's people can give as much as $300 in charitable contributions and get a deduction. So that's a positive. Also, it makes it possible for, if you have community foundations in your area, that you could be able to qualify, because many foundations do give to 501c4 organizations. They give to 501c3. Here in California, 37 leagues out of the 62 have converted, many up around your area. The Oakland League just converted, and San Francisco, and Alameda, and Berkeley, and Piedmont, and Los Altos, Mountain View, and a lot of leagues have done this. It also will reduce the administrative burden for your treasurer, because you'll no longer have to worry about having your education fund account sitting within the state league, which is always a hassle to deal with. All the money that is currently with the state league on your behalf will be given to you if you convert to 501c3. In your case, the most I think there's also an intangible thing. 501c4s have gotten a very bad name because so much of the really big dark money that has come into our election systems over the last several decades function through 501c4 organizations. So that having that title is rather a negative to a lot of people in the community. So whereas 501c3s, you qualify as a public charity, which is a much more beneficial view of yourself to the world. I've been working on this across the country on behalf of the National League to help local leagues do this. And everyone that's done it over the last 10 years has been extremely happy that they did do it. There's some work to begin with. The recommendation is that your league incorporate. Up until now, it's been what you call an unincorporated association, but if you incorporate, you'll be able to apply to the IRS at a much lower rate, $275 rather than $600. And no league that has applied to the IRS has been denied the right or the ability to convert. So they've gotten to know who the league is, and it's a much easier process now. And basically, there's no change in the way that you operate. It does not change any rules. One of the requirements for a 501c3 is that you can't support candidates for public office, but of course that's been the rule for the leagues over the last 100 years. So that's no difference there. There is allegedly, or there is a somewhat of a limit on lobbying, but effectively for leagues, you can measure it by how much you spend, and leagues may spend an awful lot of time doing lobbying for their favorite issue, but they very rarely spend very much money to accomplish that. So that limit really has no impact. So I've worked directly with 80 leagues myself going through this process, and not one of them had to change the way they function as a league. They continue to do everything, and they have the potential benefits for fundraising and minimizing administrative burden. So part of the proposal today would be to, number one, approving forming a corporation, which only costs about $50, and then to apply to the IRS. But I provide a full resource of material that's prepared to walk you through that, completing that form, and I make it very easy, and I'll be here for as much as you need me. I'm very much on call. I'm retired, but doing this work has been great for me during the pandemic. Every day it keeps me busy for a couple of hours and I don't get bored. So I'm open to any questions. Anyone have any questions? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Are we supposed to vote on each one of these items one at a time? And like vote on proposals to apply to IRS?
Well, I think number one, you ought to approve the corporation, and bylaws have the right in it, and then voting on applying to the IRS to convert. I think those three things.
I move to approve the corporation.
I second.
All right.
So does that include the items G through whatever else? Can you name the letters on the action items?
Yes.
Madeline, please.
The action items are not all part of this. We're voting on corporation. That's what it is.
No, but there's a couple that are related, I think, how I read
Yeah,
it.
we're voting on,
Can we?
they're related, but we're supposed to be voting on one at a time.
Okay, which letter are we voting on? That's all I want to know.
Corporation.
G?
Articles, can you not see it on the screen? It has popped up. The
I
question.
see it. I see that it has A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the one I'm seeing.
No.
But the poll is up to vote on. I put
Okay.
the poll.
Poll is up.
Okay, well, that's fine. Put it back on. It went off on my screen. Please.
Well, it's still on, so I don't know how to.
I think I X'd it out because I wanted to see what I was talking about.
Oh.
So Mine,
Okay.
yes.
We've got
Mine
8 people. We've had a majority vote for it
Yes.
now, so it's passed.
Then you have item
Okay.
I, the proposed bylaws amendment.
There it is.
There, yes, okay.
Okay, so that one is passed. So the second one I can do is do the bylaws.
Okay.
I'm gonna launch that poll. And then it's just vote on this, move to approve the amendment to the bylaws to do it.
I make a motion and we approve the amendments to the bylaws.
I second the motion.
And now just
Thank
vote.
you. Okay.
Okay, is everybody voting?
Yes, I have.
Then the third one would be item G.
Okay, I'm gonna end the polling. That one is also, has no opposition. And then I'm gonna do the one to do the presentation. So let's do that.
Did we vote on the approval to apply to IRS?
That's the one we're gonna do right now.
I make a motion that we approve the city apply to IRS for our branch.
I second.
There's the poll. Okay. All of those are done.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheryl, I'll be in touch with you early next week to start working on the individual steps.
Okay, all right. I can't see. Oh, I see you now. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate all your hard work and your guidance to get us through this. I'm
All right.
excited.
Well,
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
it's good to meet you all. Talk to you later.
Okay. Take care. Thank you. Thank you.
Cheryl, could we just do the adoption just to clean up the business, adopt the
Yes,
order of the
yes,
business
yes.
and the rules?
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that poll out just to adopt the order of business, which we've sort of done already, but
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have. So,
but let's just do the adoption so we can say we did it.
okay. So, all right.
All right, now here's what I want to do. I'm going to do the first one. This is adoption of order of business.
So, I'd like to make a motion to accept the order of business.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So there we are. We're good with that one. And then
Next order of business would be adoption of the rules for the meeting.
right.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
I second.
Okay. It's been moved and second. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so our next
agenda item, we would move down to adopting the budget, because we've already had a vote and discussion on, oh, no, let me see. We already had a discussion and vote on the program.
Right.
Right.
Yes. So the next one in line would be our
But
budget.
Cheryl,
Oh,
I think
yes.
we had a discussion, but we didn't vote on it because we didn't have a quorum then.
Oh,
That's right.
oh, thank you. Okay. So we need a motion on the floor for the program then.
Move adoption of the program.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay. All right.
Now we go to the budget.
Yes. Now. Woo, thank you for that.
Are we ready for the budget?
You're doing great.
There's the
Okay.
program.
Okay, you should have a copy of the budget. You should have received it maybe 3 times. The main thing to note here is that we're proposing to spend the amount that we are taking in, which is $8,200. However, if you look at our income, it presupposes we would have 50 members. We would get another $5,000 from the for voter registration, the handout of the forms. And we don't know that that's for sure. So that, you know, that's a questionable item. And then just assuming donations of $200. So, and then on expenses, we're assuming that the per member payment is $2,700 based on that 50 members. And that we would have a budget for postage of $100. We would have printed materials and office supplies, $500. Training would be $500. Programs, putting that on would be $4,400, which is, if you know, most of our budget. So that goes along with our emphasis on doing program this year. And of course, since we will be doing it throughout the year, if it turns out we don't get that 5,000, there is one other thing we can do, which I'll discuss in a minute. Then we could always reduce our expenses as we go along on the program, as long, you know, that we didn't have. But we do have $5,000 or more sitting with the state league from last year.
Correct.
That's available as soon as we take the actions that we took today. So we'll be okay. So I would like to make a motion to approve the budget.
Well, Janet,
Mm-hmm.
also include the dues increase, because that's in that.
No, that's a separate item. That's not part of, I didn't put it in here.
But I put it in the motion.
You put it in the motion?
Yeah,
Oh,
because the
okay,
motion's
then I'll
already.
go ahead and talk about dues.
Please, thank you.
Oh, okay. So there is a problem with the dues in that when you pay dues into the local league, you're also paying dues into the League of Women Voters, the Area League of Women Voters, the State League of Women Voters, and the National League of Women Voters. All of those combined, those 3 things, take $62. We're only charging for dues $60, which means that every time somebody joins our league, it costs us $2. We don't actually get in any money to do program with. We're losing money. So we talked about it at the board, and there was a proposal from the board that was not unanimous, but it was accepted by the majority of the members of the board to increase the dues to $70 now, and then every year increase it by $5 more. So that's my report. And I can answer any questions.
Janet,
Mhm.
the increase for May 2020, not May 2020, but the increase for, I guess, next year, it doesn't show when this goes into effect, but the increase is only $5.
I would assume it would be for the dues that are for that cover next year.
I think it should say that it increases next year, but My
But
main thing
it's payable. We're going to start trying to collect it after July, but you don't have to pay it until December.
that's when I'll pay it. Anyway, my main thing is it's only increasing by $5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Per
No,
year.
it's increasing by the first year. It is increasing from $62 to $70. That's $8.
For $8. Okay.
The first year, and then thereafter, it would every year increase by $5.
Okay. $62 to $70. So the increase
Right.
is $8. Okay. I just
And
wanted
then
to.
$70 to $75 the following.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
And $80 to the following year, and then $85 the following year. Each year it's gonna be $5.
Right. Right. I understood that, but I didn't know when it was effective. That was my thing. And I wasn't sure of how much. I wasn't sure that it.
So the
I
dues
thought-
for this year have already been paid out by us, or at least the obligation is already over. And so we're talking, our next dues payment is has to be in by the end of December of this year. But I'm going to send out the announcements now because people don't, sometimes it takes a few announcements before people actually pay. And we need to be done because it gets counted in January. So that's why it has to be done by December.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. How are we raising our hands? Are we raising the?
I can't tell when you do.
Okay, well, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So there's no cutoff as far as the maximum right now. We're leaving it open-ended, so it's just $5 just indefinitely.
Unless we change the motion. There's no motion on the floor, I don't think. I started, but it didn't complete. There's no motion on the floor. So you can make whatever motion you want.
Well, I was just asking because now next year, we vote on the increase next year at the annual meeting, or we just
No.
making this time we don't have to vote again.
If the way the motion was proposed at the board meeting, it was proposed in such a way that we wouldn't have to do something every year. It would be automatic. We don't have to go with that motion. We could have some other motion, but that was the way it was proposed.
Oh, so you're saying that if you're saying that next year it'll be $75, but you don't have to come back and vote on it.
No, next year. What do you mean?
To,
next year is the year that starts July. Let's see. We pay our dues. The National League counts when we pay our dues in January. So we have to have the dues paid by before January, for it to count. And so the next year's dues have to be paid this year. Is what it really amounts to, but not now. I will send out now announcements now in the hope that people will start paying. And we were thinking it would be nice to offer a deal that if you paid your dues by July 1st, we were thinking maybe, this is just an idea, that you could pay the old rate of $60 rather than the $70 as a one-time thing for paying early.
But that's not going to help us as a league by having.
Yes, it is.
That. Will it?
That's why I wanted to do it.
Oh, it will help? Oh.
Yeah, because it'll cause people to pay their dues more. We have a hard time getting people to pay their dues also.
Will we get money from that $60?
We will get the,
we have to pay $2 extra.
We will,
the answer is
right.
no.
No, we
not
won't.
Not on the people who do it by July 1st.
No, so that's $2 we're paying for them to join.
I don't think that many people will do it by July 1st.
I don't see any reason to do that. Why don't we just stay in uniform and everybody's going to pay?
Well, then it makes it hard to get people to pay at all because it's very hard to get people to pay at Christmas time.
Well, I'm the only one starting Christmas time. Everybody else would
No,
have to-
no, the thing that started, the Christmas time thing is all about, that's when they count it at the national office.
You said they'd have to pay by July in order to get the old rate, not
No,
December.
the old rate, I'm talking about the rate. But it would be nice if some of the, every time it costs us money to tell people to pay their dues too. So anyway, it would be nice if some people, if we had some people paying their dues earlier, rather, meaning by July 1st would be great. I don't think there'll be that many people, but if we offered that, but the deadline is that it gets counted and we have to pay a bill based on January.
Can I speak? Who's calling? I'm not sure. Cheryl? I don't know.
I'll call you.
Okay, Jen.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I just want to. I feel better having us do this for maybe 2 years and then see where we stand. I don't like having open-ended 5 years indefinitely, and we don't
So
have.
do you have a
say.
motion to propose?
I'd make a motion that we do the 5-year increments for 2 years, and
You mean
then we go
$5?
back and reassess what's going on.
You mean the
$5?
$5?
$5. Yeah, I meant
So that would
$5 for
mean,
2 years.
The first, that would
and
mean
then-
I second the motion.
next year that starts July 1st, or our calendar year that starts July 1st, but it would be for next year in terms of the national office. Next calendar year, that would be 2021, that it would be $70, right? And then for 2 years after that, it would be $75 and then $80. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying right now we're paying 60, and so I'm saying, I'm not sure you're the calendar year or whatever, but I'm saying our increase for 2 years, our twice increase, 2 times, and then we reassess what's going on.
And that
I don't
would
want to
bring it
leave
to
it
80, right?
open-ended like that.
That would bring it to 80 at the end of that period. At the end of 2 years, it would be 80. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, if that's what
And
it is, and I'm fine
I
with
can
that.
make it happen. And you don't want to do the thing about $60 till.
We should vote on it. I don't know.
Well, you've got to make a motion.
Oh.
If that's what you're doing.
I make a motion that we leave it the way we approved at the board and not try to get early in. If you're only going to get a few of them anyway, we would lose money. So to me, it should stay the way the board voted.
Which is open-ended.
Except with the amendment that Linda made, that instead of being unending, it would be for 2 years. That's the only change that she suggested.
Okay, so if I can restate it the way I think you mean it, that means that we would immediately change the rate to $70, and then a year later change it to 75, and a year later change it to 80, and then we look at what has happened and decide what to do.
And I want to make sure I understand that the $70 we will pay. It's
in the next 6 months.
It's effective in January, but we want to collect it in December. But actually,
no, we don't. I don't want to collect it in December because people don't
I'm not
pay.
asking what. I'm not asking.
I want to collect it between now and December.
I understand that, Jada, but I'm trying to figure out. It's actually a calendar year, right?
It's not really anything like that. It's just the way they do it. I can't explain why they do it the way they do it. It's historical, I think.
Okay, may I speak, please? This is Cheryl. So, Mrs. Braxton, I think you're on target. The discussion about when and where between July and December, the next payment, which we have to mail in, is January. So that money would be how much, Janet, at that time?
$70.
So that's all. And then from that point on, we do 2 increments of $5 each. So is that kind of clear at this point? So it doesn't really, the next time all of us need to pay, and this chapter has to pay in January. So the money needs to come in.
No. People really should pay before January. I have to have time to process it.
said. That's what I said. I just said that.
So by December.
That's fine, but in January, you have to pay it to the state level.
Right.
And the PMPs have to go out in January. So before that, we have this period of time that we'll pay. And the dollar amount is $70.
Right.
Correct.
So are we all clear? I'm going to church on you a minute. Are all minds clear?
Got my thumb up.
So, but I will be sending out a notice in the immediate future in the hopes of getting people to pay earlier, because it's been a real issue getting people to pay their dues in a timely enough manner.
Okay, that's.
But don't worry about that. That's just, I know what payment is due. You know, I know about the payment due dates and all that. So it will be the amount of money that you vote on here is what I will do.
Okay. So
I make a motion.
There was
my motion again.
Please.
Okay.
I make a motion that we pay $70 for our initial dues
increase
year, and then we have 2 years of $5 increments. After that, we revisit our dues and payment schedule.
I'll second it again, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Madeline, are you ready?
All right, I'm going to read you what I have, and then I'm going to post that up, because now we're going to see if I can add a polling question. It's a little test for me. But here's what it says, okay? It says, move to accept the $5 annual dues increase as follows, to be paid by December each year. $70 for 2021, $75 for 21-22, $80 for 22-23.
Yeah,
Right?
now what the thing you might have to add
And then
to
it
that.
says, and then Janet, I'm not done.
Okay.
Then it says, no additional dues increase is approved at this time.
No, that wasn't, that's fine, but when you
Janet,
say.
I think it's clear. I mean, the way she put it.
I don't think it is. Let me say what I wanted to say, and then maybe you'll agree that the 2021 dues have to be paid in 2020. The 2022 dues have to be paid in 2021.
But if they have to be paid by December of each year.
Yeah.
Of the year before.
Well, not the year before. If it's 2021 by December 2020.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Madeline.
that's the year of the year
Right?
before. 20.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's not the year before. It's 2020. That's what it says. 2020.
I didn't say a year before, but
of that year of the right?
Yeah, they have to be paid in advance.
Madeline, you have it. You have it.
All right, we're good. Let's see if I can add this question. No, I don't need to add that question. I just need to do this one. Let's save it. Cancel that.
Well, if you don't add that question, then you automatically come back at the end of 2022 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we move on, please?
Well, she's trying to add it so we can vote.
I'm ready to vote.
All right, you just heard. Here's the thing. I just said it. Whether it comes up here or not, it's in the recording. Just tell me if you want to vote on it. Raise your hands if you want to vote on it. Yes or no?
No.
So yes.
So are we voting yes by raising our hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I'll get the number who've raised their hands. That's another way to do it.
Neil, raise your hand.
Why?
Or raise your hand on
yes.
raise your hand on the thing on the.
On my motion.
Your motion. Okay.
The blue little hand, right, Madeline?
Yes, exactly. Raise your little hand.
I have no hand.
Your little blue hand.
Oh, blue hand.
No
The
blue
blue hand.
hand.
The blue hand.
Sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
yes, the little blue hand.
I got it up. Sorry.
I don't
Thought
see
you want the
blue
black
hand.
hand.
No hand.
No, now the little blue. Let's do the little blue one.
Hopefully, I can't get it.
That's the unity. We're all blue, right? We're all blue.
I don't see
Haven't
the
got
All
hand.
right, that's it.
I think
Wait a
I
minute,
raised my
I'm just-
hand.
Where is the blue hand?
I don't see it either.
I see it over there.
It's
That's
under
by my-
other.
I don't
Go
have
under
one by my
more.
name.
Other or more, and you'll see the hand on there. Chap's
Yeah.
on there. You see chat
No.
down at the
Click out
bottom.
to participants.
Participants.
We know Naomi's voting for us. So
Okay, so is anyone opposed? That's all we need to know. Is anybody, if anybody's opposed, now raise your hand if anybody's opposed. Okay, so nobody's opposed. That's what we're gonna do. And I will draft that and put that in the minutes of the meeting. I'll do the minutes for the meeting because I've got the copy of the report.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
so now you need to know if you want to adopt the budget, yes or no. Are we ready to do that?
A motion on the floor.
I'll move to adopt the budget.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Are we all voting? Okay, 80%. Okay, the budget's adopted.
Okay. Thank you. So I believe that we have covered all of the action items.
Nope.
Except nominating committee.
No, I'm getting to that, but there's going to be discussion before that. But everything above on the agenda has been covered at this point.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so now we're down to the nominating committee. It would be Janet. So now, you can give Janet.
I couldn't, you want me to give the report now? I couldn't quite hear you. There's a lot of noise.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, if people could maybe mute themselves, that would help. Thank you. That got rid of the noise. Okay, so there is a nominating committee report that I hope everyone has a copy of. I'll just go through the report I sent out is a report of the whole board and their position and on the board and a proposed position and the year the term will expire. So some of the positions are not in need of being voted on this year. So I'm only going to go over the ones now that are going to be, I'll go over all of them and then I'll go back and say which ones have to be voted on. Okay, so president is our leader, Cheryl Collier, and vice president of membership is myself. Vice president of program is Madeline Cronenberg, and there are 2 assistant vice presidents of program who will help her. One is Sherry McCoy, the other is Brandon Evans. And secretary is Dorothy Hertzberg, treasurer Consuelo Lara, and there are different kinds of members at large. There are 3 kinds actually. One that are voted in even years and one that are voted in odd years. And those people are Joan Carpenter will be voted on this year. Tyra will be voted on this year. And let's see who else. I believe Brandon is the other. I'm not sure which year Brandon is. It's on my list though.
It says 2021.
Okay, thank you. I'm not, oh, there it is. I see it now. Okay, and Sherry McCoy is 2021. And then there are what are called appointed members at large, or appointed members is what they're called. And the ones, they're 1-year terms, so they're all 2021. So Naomi, and Naomi is misspelled. It should be an A, not an E. I apologize for that. And Ann Munoz and Linda Whitmore are the ones. And then I want to say that the nominating committee for next year, there are 3 members appointed from the general membership, and they will be J.L. Myrick, Brandon Evans, and Nemlis Johnson. And then the board elected 2 members, Joan Carpenter, who's quite ill right now, unfortunately, and myself. And I just wanted to note that the only person leaving the board is Rita Xavier, who, as she said earlier, has too many other responsibilities with the city council. And we will miss her, but she's always welcome back, right?
Right.
So those are now the ones that need to be elected right now are the ones that expire in 2022. And well, some of them. Okay, so I'll tell you who they are. They're for President Cheryl Collier, for Vice President membership is myself, Janet Abelson, Secretary Dorothy Hertzberg, and then let's see, member at large Joan Carpenter and Tyra Wright, and the other, let's see, there's 3 more, there's 3 Naomi Williams, Ann Munoz, and Linda Whitmore, appointed member, and Sherry McCoy and Brandon Evans, appointed members. So I make a motion to accept the recommendation of the nominating committee.
So move.
Do you want to make the motion instead, and I'll second it then?
I'll make the motion, sure.
Okay, thank you. And I'll second it then. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, love Joan Carpenter dearly, but if they're not in California or in the Bay Area for our chapter, can they be a member at large?
They
I asked that question also.
Because I don't
It's been
understand
true
that
before.
myself.
Question.
The reason we want
Not a
her
personal
on
thing. I just want to know.
involved. No, the reason we want her on the board is more or less that we need her.
Why?
That she's been running the whole program that I didn't even speak. Can you already not nodding your head? No, you want me to? Oh, she's been running the program where we have elected candidates for office, for elected office, come and speak, and then everyone gets to hear them and decide what they want to do. Members of the public I'm talking about now. And she has all the contacts for doing that, and so we really need her doing that. That's the reason for that.
Can we ask her for the contacts?
May I ask a question?
Yes,
Cheryl, may I ask a question, please?
yes.
Go ahead.
I recognize Mrs. Braxton.
Thank you. My question is, I understand that she has been doing this, but I think people should know that there are other organizations that's also been doing this that also have the contacts of all of these elected officials. And if you're not an elected official, you have to go and initially find them anyway. I'm just saying that it just seems like to me we're making an exception to say.
It's not the elected officials that are in question.
I know you know what? I think every one of us on this board, especially Naomi and me and some of the others, we know these elected officials too.
It isn't about the elected officials. It's about the people who would work.
Pardon me?
People who work at the election, at our meetings.
People change. Things have changed, and we have enough people around on this board and at large who can make those contacts without having someone who's not really part of the community anymore do it. I mean, nothing against Joan personally. I don't think that we need to have someone on our board who's not a part of the member of our community right now. We can make those contacts ourselves. And people change, names change, and Joan might not even know who they are right now. So no, I don't. I say we should. Well, that's my opinion.
Mine too.
Mine 3.
So how do we have that then?
Mine 4.
Okay, so I have a question. Janet?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I have a question then. How will we handle that? It's been raised and at least 4 people.
Well, what the issue right now is nominations. So she was nominated for member at large. So if somebody who is opposed to that, that's what they're opposed to.
I think you heard that.
Oh, I see. So when we get ready to vote, it's not going to be one slate. We're going to do.
It is. It is. It always. There's been a motion and a second for the
But
one
we have
slate.
a right to change that slate. We don't have to go with
Well,
that slate.
that's
That's a
you can make a comment.
recommendation. Recommendation.
There has
We
been
do
a
not
motion.
have
You
to
can.
go with it.
What?
Yeah,
It's a
we can just vote no.
recommendation.
No, that's what the vote. That's what voting is about. Is you
Right.
vote yes or vote no.
Well, I vote no on that slate, and I vote we can vote on the
We're
slate.
not quite there yet.
Well,
Oh,
can't,
okay.
on this motion, can't you do a substitute motion?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can say
Yeah.
you can vote for everything on the slate except Joan Carpenter, if that's the one you're referring to.
Yes.
That can be a substitute motion.
I second the substitute motion.
Who made it?
Naomi.
Murdo.
Naomi made that was a motion made, Naomi?
Yes.
Naomi, yeah.
Okay. And that was seconded by Linda?
Yes.
No.
Well,
no.
no, second, I didn't.
No.
Oh,
Mrs. Braxton. Mrs. Braxton.
Sorry.
But she's the chair. Somebody else should do that.
Oh,
the
Braxton's the chair, Myrtle?
No.
No.
I'm not.
Cheryl
I'm
is.
not. Who is?
Cheryl.
No, Myrtle made the second. Braxton.
Yeah.
Maybe I
I'm
didn't
not
correct.
understand. Anyway, so that is the report. And I'll turn it back over to Cheryl to deal with motions.
Okay, thank you. So there's a motion on the floor. And is everyone here clear about what the motion is? Because it was made and second. And basically what I understand is the slate will be accepted with the removal of one individual candidate, and the candidate would be Joan Carpenter. And there was already discussion on it.
Procedurally, we have to do something a little different, but let me try to work. I can try to work my way through it. Okay, so we have to vote on, I think we have to vote first on accepting the substitute motion, don't we?
Okay. We can do that. We can do that.
Madeline, don't you know this stuff, don't you, or do you?
You vote on the substitute motion first and see whether
Right.
it's or not.
And so we see how that comes out.
Madeline,
So that-
you're muted.
Who's me?
Madeline. She was trying to talk.
I've created a motion that we can vote on, and it says to accept the nominating committee report with the exception of Joan Carpenter.
That's it.
That it?
But,
So
but we have to procedurally, we didn't, there was,
How do we?
that was the substitute motion, not a
If you
motion.
do the substitute motion first, Janet, that is.
Right. So that's what I just said.
Well, that's what we're gonna do. That's what I
Okay,
created with
okay.
that substitute motion. So I'm gonna
Okay,
launch
so
the
you
poll
have the
right
word
now.
substitute motion in it?
So
This-
yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here it is. You see it?
Accepting nominating report. Oh, okay.
So do yes or no, just to we get to pick what you want to do.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
so,
So this is to exclude Joan, right?
Right.
Yes. Not exclude her.
Well, to
No,
exclude her from
yeah,
the,
it does exclude her.
just take her off the ballot. That's all.
It does
Right.
exclude her.
yeah,
That's fine.
okay.
we
But
voting?
it accepts the rest of, we've got 9 out of 10
Everyone
votes.
else.
Are we voting now? I think I raised my hand.
We're voting.
Yeah, but she, oh, okay, yes.
Okay,
We voting? I voted.
Yep.
Okay.
I voted.
I voted.
I voted.
and that's, did you see it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Passed.
Yes, 89%.
Right, 89%. So you did, so then you're nominating, so we've done, the nominating committee has,
I think it's a two-step process, but I don't really care.
I'm glad.
I think that's it. I think we're done.
Okay, so then we're done with that.
Yes, yes. So,
And I just, from the nominating committee, I'd like to thank everybody for being so agreeable about being willing to serve. Made it a lot easier. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for all the work. Thank you. We have a good good group here. Good board.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so we'd like to move on the agenda, and it says remarks from the president. So I'm Cheryl Collier, and I think we do have a fantastic board. And we're going to work on for our plans for next year. I already can see people who have already performed duties on their other, how can I say this, organizations that they belong to. So we have a wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure we can move forward without any problems. In fact, I can refer back to our last forum we had. I thought it turned out excellent in Hercules. So we have the skills to be able to do those things. Now, as a president, we want to do more inclusion to our members once we get everything active again. We decided as a board that we would do 4 quarterly. And so I would like to suggest today that do a scheduled meeting in August, and it could be as simple as our supervisor of our district, whether we can meet on Zoom or in person, him discussing an update perhaps on pandemic that we're subject to now. I just did a great proposal for the city council or someone. I'm not sure, but I'm suggesting that we have a meeting in August, and it's open to the general, to all of our members, and we're going to focus more on that and bringing our members aboard so they can become more active as well. I will tell you that at the start of the last year, a crisis occurred, as most of you know, and our funds did not come into us. So I've spent most of my energy this year and even today trying to convert us to a 501c3 in order for us to be prepared for the day that the county doesn't issue their $5,000 check to us anymore. And we may have to begin to start fundraising if in fact that occurs. And it occurs with people, voting more on, registering more online. So that's kind of my concern and the direction that I'd like to see us go in. More inclusion with our members, and also start thinking about fundraising. And I think every member on the board knows 2 individuals in Contra Costa County that is not a member. And maybe we're going to have to work on getting submitted just to be a part of the general body and what have you. I know individuals that I could submit today that could come aboard as a general member and what have you. So that's my thought pattern at this point, is more inclusion, trying to finalize this process of changing to a 501c3, which it may take as long as 6 months, is what I'm being told by Tom Carlson, because of the pandemic, but it will happen. He's been successful more than 100 sometimes. So work closely with him. He's going to get us through this, and then it'll open up the door for us to do a few other things. And that's about all that comes to mind at a particular time. But I'm excited about the new year, and I think it'll be a great. So that's my statement. Any questions, Q&As?
Let's see. I have a question.
Yes.
A couple of questions. So when is our next board meeting?
believe it's the 22nd, 27th of July. Let me see.
Okay, thank you. And then would we have a board meeting in August, or would it be the meeting that you talked about, or would we have both?
Possibly we could have both, but it just depends on how it unfolds and what have you. But I think we could have both.
Okay, thank
could have
you. And then the other question I had was just a clarification on the
Yes.
program, and this is more to Madeline.
Mhm.
Did we include those? I added 2 things to the program list based on what people said. I don't remember voting on it, but maybe we didn't. I just don't remember.
I think
Wanna
we
make
just don't have to. We decided that we would not vote on it. We would discuss it in the executive
Well,
board.
we have to vote on the program. It's in the bylaws.
Okay, so
but-
we don't, so we didn't include it and we don't have to vote on it because it's
Well,
something,
it's in the bylaws.
we decided we would not vote on it. We
That we would
decided,
not vote on the program?
no, not on the program, the additional things that we discussed.
I
When-
didn't
When,
think we
when,
did.
when Mrs. Callaway suggested a subject matter, after discussion, then we decided that it would not be added to what you already had planned, proposed, but it's something that we would work on.
So I have 2 items, actually. One was from Myrtle about
Hers voted, I believe
social
hers,
justice.
social
about
justice,
Yeah.
Callaway. I thought Callaway did social
No.
justice.
Well,
No,
I
it
have 2 things written down. I didn't write down who said it, actually. Maybe I don't remember, but
I think
I'm-
Myrtle said it.
I said it and Callaway agreed. And I thought we added it to the program.
We did.
Well, then we need to re-vote again, so, because I
Yeah.
don't think it's there.
I don't remember voting. That's what, so I'll make a motion to adopt the proposed program and add 2 items. One was vote by mail education. That was you, Myrtle, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And the other one was to make sure we emphasize social justice issues.
Right.
And so that's my motion.
Second.
I second.
All right, I'm typing it in
Am I
here so you can
muted?
vote on it.
Am I muted?
No.
No.
No, you're not.
I know you're not.
Here, wait a minute.
Did we lose Gabriel?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did we lose
Well-
Cheryl?
There's
No,
no longer a quorum.
I'm-
Here we go. You ready? Here's your vote.
Okay.
I have a question. Am I allowed to vote?
Yes.
Yes.
You are here today.
Okay.
I don't have the thing to vote on my screen.
You should.
Where?
6 people
Mine-
have,
I just sent mine in.
yeah.
I just found it.
I'm waiting for the percentages and I don't see anything.
All right, well, everybody's voted to, we've got 7 out of 8, right? And then I don't get to vote because I'm running it, but I always vote for it, so here we go.
Oh, thank you.
100%.
Officially, it's officially part of it.
Okay.
May I speak? May I speak again, please?
You the chair.
Yes, well, okay, thank you. You know, I want to say one more thing, and I really apologize for this. Rita, Rita and I communicated by email on her decision to step down from the board, and I responded to her, but I want to say publicly that She will be missed, but she's only a phone call away. And I will be calling and touching bases with you and asking you questions, because for 3 years you were the president, and I think you were one. No,
Hell of a president.
During a period of time as president, you did more than just be the head. You actually had to do a lot of layman work and what have you. So you're very much appreciated. I do understand why you're stepping down, but anytime that you're willing to come back while I'm here, I can appoint you. You're welcome back.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I got a suggestion, Cheryl.
Okay.
Tell Rita, oh, you listening, Rita? The city council change their times and dates so you can be at this meeting.
Well,
you know what? I think that's feasible, but it's not just the meeting, it's all the other meetings she has as well.
Yeah.
They really having to come together and work on a lot of issues.
Yeah, representing, I'm appointed by the city to other boards to represent the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
Yeah. But I gotta go to the council meetings and fight for what's right.
Yes, yes. And we love you for that.
It is a fight, believe me.
I didn't say not go. I said tell them to change the time.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just wanted to let her know, much appreciated, much loved, and accept my calls when I call.
Oh, I will.
Can I this is for Cheryl. I just want to thank you. This is your first year, and I want to thank you for the effort that you made for this board, this chapter, I'm sorry. And I know it's a learning experience.
Yes.
But I'm proud of you and what you've been doing. So, and thank you for accepting it. I thought you might not accept again, but I'm glad you decided to throw your hat in the ring again. So I appreciate it. So I want to thank you for all the work you've done.
Thank you very much.
Here, here.
Ditto.
This is
Cheryl.
Yes.
I appreciate your being the president too.
Oh, thank you kindly. Thank you very much.
Thank you from all of us.
Yes.
You know how I feel.
Yeah, thank you. But it's only working because all of us are working together and have been very supportive and shored me up whenever I was leaning the wrong way. So,
Cheryl, you're the one bringing us all together.
Okay. All right. Well.
Making it happen.
Okay. Thank you. So, I'm not sure about, is there anything other than, the only announcement I made is that in August, we're going to pull together and have open, I don't know if you would call it a forum, but anyway, I'm going to use that word for now, but we want to include the body. And that's about all I can think of at this time. Are there any more questions or statements that need to be made before I adjourn?
I wanted to thank Madeline too, because she did an outstanding job.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
I've been trying this Zoom thing as the host, and believe me, it drives me crazy. So thank you, Madeline.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank
you. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Madeline.
And I want to thank Janet.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. She worked hard as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too, Janet.
Ditto.
Me too, work hard, or me too thanking you? Which one?
Not at the beginning. I was in the hospital at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but you were still doing things from the hospital, but I know you were.
Yeah. Was very much.
I have a suggestion, Madeline, Cheryl. At our next board meeting, we can get a Zoom screenshot of all the board members that can replace our table Zoom picture.
That is a great idea, Linda. That is a great idea. So I'll put that on my list. Right.
Yeah, do a screenshot, and that can replace it for a while until we get off of this Zoom.
That's perfect. I hadn't thought of that at all. That's perfect. So we'll do that first thing.
So everybody, make sure you put your makeup on and do your hair for our next meeting.
Right, we'll open with the screenshot for
Yes.
Facebook, and we can have it on Facebook and Twitter and.
Right. That we're on Zoom doing what we got to do.
So do
Alright.
we wear our masks?
We could do, well,
To you.
Not if you're indoors.
Maybe there's a league mask out there we could wear.
It would be kind of fun because I'm really proud of this group for hanging in there even when things are so rough with the coronavirus. We're still having our meetings,
Right.
and we're just digging in there and doing it all and moving on. And I'm really proud of this group for all that we are doing. And so having a mask on, if we can, it might be a conglomerate, I don't know how we would do it, conglomerate of pictures or something, but might be fun.
It will be fun.
yeah. Well, I'm going to make a motion
we
that
are
Naomi
fine.
not be in the picture with her floss and toothpick in her mouth.
See, I can't see her. Oh, you're telling on her.
Well, I can't see me either.
I do. I see you.
That's okay. That's good.
Don't vote on that. Don't vote on that.
This is to Janet. Janet, speaking
Mhm.
of masks, I had a joke that came to me. He said, when did you ever think that you would be able to enter a bank wearing a mask and nobody would see it?
Yeah, try to get money.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that one.
That's a good one.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's funny.
Everything
Use that one.
is new for me in 2020. Everything.
Yeah. It's true.
One that is a cute one. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay, we need a motion to adjourn. Does anybody want to make a motion?
I move that we are joined for now.
Second.
So look at this.
Right away.
You already had it up there.
That's funny.
Goodbye, everybody.
You guys, happy Father's Day to all the fathers in your family.
Oh
Yep.
yes.
All right, happy Father's Day.
Stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. There's a button you touch to close.
Bye. I'm trying to find out where I am.
Okay.
Where's my arrow?
There. Oh, I'm leaving the meeting. There's a red at the top of mine. Everyone have a great day.
You
Okay.
too. Bye-bye.
I'm going to
You
post
too,
it.
Carol.
So this meeting has been recorded. I'm going to put the recording up on Facebook for all our fans who didn't make it to the meeting. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Don't put the part of where my toothpick was in my mouth.
I don't think we can edit.
No, there's no editing here. I'll have to learn a whole new set of skills. I have to take another class to learn how to do that. Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye, baby.
Bye.